Now, Justice Edwin Cameron has given his final Constitutional Court judgment before retiring. Cameron said the court must intervene to ensure that land reform is implemented effectively. He ruled that a special master of the court will be the final arbiter of the claims of Labour tenant farmers. For reaction now, we're joined from our Durban studios by Siyabonga Sithole. He's with the Association for Rural Development. Siyabonga, thank you so much for joining us. It's been called a landmark decision that was handed down by Justice Edwin Cameron. What is your department, your organization's reaction to that finding?
Oh, we are overjoyed with the court's decision. You know, it's been a very long journey. It's been a grind. We instituted these proceedings way back in 2013. So to reach finality now, we are very happy with the decision. And more importantly, because it's in favor of the people that we are assisting, the Labour tenants that lodge these claims to be landowners instead of occupiers on land.
Give us a sense, for those who are perhaps wanting to come up to speed with the story that's been going on for some time, as you've just said. Many of those farmers had been waiting for more than 20 years for a decision on this from the Land Department. Give us an idea of the plight that they came to your organization with. What did they ask for help with?
Yes, as I've said, this has taken a very long time. So the claims that we are talking about were lodged way back between 1996 and 2001. And these are Labour tenants, people living on farms that had lodged claims under this act, the Labour Tenants Act, to be owners of land. Unfortunately, we saw an unfortunate situation where over all these years, the Department of Rural Development and Land Reform failed to process these claims effectively. So we've seen more than half of these claims remaining unprocessed. Slowly over the years, people then raise these issues that they've lodged these claims and nothing is happening. We've seen people that have passed on. We've seen people being evicted from this land. We've seen people that have lost hope because of the unprocessing of these claims over so many years. So when we took this to court, we were asking the court to compel the department to actually process these claims expeditiously. And that is the victory now, that although these people have waited for so long, but today it's a victory because today we're all excited by the fact that there is this independent monitoring that is an extension of the court that will be able to oversee the implementation of the Labour Tenants Act, thereby ensuring that people become owners of land and the claims that they lodged are processed. That people are living in very difficult conditions on farms where they're living on land owned by other people. These people have been on these farms for generations. They're indigenous to the land, but they remain occupiers. They remain landless. So what we want to see now is the effective implementation of the Labour Tenants Act as the court has compelled the department to do through this judgment by Justice Cameron today.
What has your interaction been with the government department that is supposed to be doing this work in the first place? They stood their ground saying that appointing a special master would be a judicial overreach. From your interaction with them, what was their biggest problem with the implementation of a special master of the court?
No, I think, to be honest, nobody wants to be monitored. So a special master would be somebody external to the department who is independent of the department, who will be, as I said, an extension of the court, who would seek reports and deliver reports to court on the processing of these claims. A special master would also be working with the department to produce an implementation plan to ensure that there is an effective methodology to ensure the processing of the claims. So the department has fought very hard to oppose the appointment of this special master. As I said, nobody would want to be monitored by an independent body or independent person. But I think it's a victory for everybody. I think this will also assist the department to source the necessary resources so that such a big plan or a big project such as this one can be implemented expeditiously and effectively. So as much as they opposed it, but it's for them to now sit down and look at how to produce a plan, which is part of the court order, in fact, that implementation plan must be submitted to court for approval. We need to all work together as applicants and them as respondents. We need to work together to actually work on putting names down or nominating people to be the special master. So we've already started that process internally of looking at legal experts with expertise in land and administration who can take this position so that the implementation plan is an effective one.
Have you had any reaction as yet from some of those Labour tenant farmers you've been working with? Because I do believe, sadly, that many of them had also passed on in the time that this entire process has taken place.
Yeah, definitely. It's a bittersweet moment. Many of the activists, many of the people that lodged these claims have passed on due to the delays. But they leave behind families who remain confident that they will become owners of land in the near future. So everybody that has called the office today, people that we are in contact with through social media, have celebrated this judgment, and they are now hopeful. So they're in a jubilant mood. It's groundbreaking. The court actually has done something that has never been done in this country. A special master has never been appointed in this country. So a precedent has been set, which is a key thing to hold government to account. And that's the important thing, that the government must attain the necessary resources. It must capacitate itself to ensure the processing of these claims. As the court said, that their actions up to now have been inconsistent with the provisions of the Constitution of South Africa. So it's now about it's for the department to rectify, to bring all stakeholders together so that we all work together and are able to pull our shoulder to the wheel and ensure the processing of these claims so that people's lives can be changed for the better.
We can only wish you the best of luck with the work that lies ahead. Thank you so much. Siyabonga Sithole, he is with the Association for Rural Development, and he joined us there live from our studios in Durban.